Welcome on board two of our special guests. Firstly, onto the technical side, we are being joined by Rajesh Palviya, as well as we are being joined by Ajay Bagga to guide us what's all happening in the world across and what to expect next. Very good afternoon, and thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time to ET Now. Rajesh, I'll come to you first because we want to understand from you, where are you seeing Nifty 50 as well as Bank Nifty headed for the upcoming week? Because we have a lot many factors that will be in play. The crucial one will be Jackson Hole Symposium, and the global markets are not on the positive side. So how do you see Nifty as well as Bank Nifty placed currently?
Good afternoon, Shrishti. So this is the fourth consecutive week where we are seeing, sustained selling pressure is taking place on the Nifty as well as on the Bank Nifty also. Nifty is now slipped below to its important support area of put base was at around 19,400, and now we are trading below to those level. Nifty is approaching to its next critical support area of 19,200 if we look at the overall call put concentration. So 19,200 is having now major put writing activity. So if at all Nifty breaks below 19,200, then this fall may extend further, and then possibly Nifty can slide towards 19,000 level also. On the other hand, the call writers are now shifting their position on the lower strikes. So major writing activities witnessed during the week around 19,400, 19,300 strike. So looking at the overall data setup, looking at the near-term setup, we expect that whatever minor pullback, if at all we see in the market towards 19,400, 19,500, that will meet again to the supply pressure on the higher side. So it looks to be negative bias for near-term setup. Range for the coming week would be around 19,450 to on the lower side 19,100. This could be the possible range we can see for Nifty. On the Bank Nifty is slipped below to 44,000 level, and the immediate and critical support area for Bank Nifty is at 43,600. If at all Bank Nifty breaks below 43,600, then this down move can extend further towards 43,200, which is the next major put base for the coming weeks. So for the Bank Nifty, we are projecting range for coming week is 43,200 to 44,200. So this could be the possible range for Bank Nifty, but bias is again on the negative side. So sell on rise is the strategy for Bank Nifty also.
All right, thanks Mr. Palviya for your view. This is Snehi also joining in the conversation. And Mr. Bagga, let me come to you then. And the Jio demerger is expected to list on Monday, and Reliance has also shown some excitement about this because the stocks saw a recovery in trade on Friday, and the listing price is expected to be 261 rupees. So do you think it's going to list at a premium, at a discount, and how do you see this listing panning out?
Nidhi, I won't talk about a particular stock.
All right, no problem. Let's move on then, and let's also, okay fine, we'll talk about the Jackson Hole Symposium then. Are you expecting any key commentary coming in from the Fed chair, and how do you expect this to pan out for the American markets and the spillover for our markets then?
Yeah. It is a strategy setting kind of a seminar. Last year, if you remember, the markets were quite optimistic going into Jackson Hole. But the Fed chair speech was very hawkish, and we had seen a major sell-off post his speech because markets were very surprised by his hawkishness. This time around, markets are going in with a lot of pessimism built in because the US economic numbers are coming through very strong. If you look at the Atlanta Fed GDP now number, that is showing an unprecedented 5.8% prediction of growth for US in the quarter three. 5.8% for an economy of the size of US. That's unheard of kind of numbers. Only in the post-COVID recovery, you could probably have seen a number like that because of the base effect. So very strong US economy, pretty resilient US consumer, and a persistent inflation. These are the things he will talk about. Market has more or less factored in that there is a slight probability of a November rate hike. September doesn't look likely. What could spoil the party is if he once more, like last year, says that 2% is our target and the market is complicit, we are higher for more. All those things we have heard. But if he again reiterates that we don't think our job is done, and I see further rate hikes, that could roil the markets. So interesting week coming up. Jackson Hole, normally no rate action takes place. It's only policy formulations. They will discuss what are the learnings from the last 3 years and how right they were last time around and how do they look at the future. So very short speech. I think he will stick to script and he will more or less deliver a hawkish but a pause kind of a message. If he says we are going to raise more, that will really set the cat amongst the pigeons.
Okay, so we'll wait by and watch what kind of a comments that we get in. Fed Chair Jerome Powell also expected to speak there. So interesting week ahead. But Rajesh, just touching upon the Reliance move on Friday's session post the announcement of the Reliance-Jio listing that is on Monday, we saw a sharp spike coming in. So how do you see Reliance is placed currently, and how it is expected to support the Nifty 50 index indeed?
Yeah, so in second half, some recovery was there just because of Reliance Industry only, and stock again recovered from the 2500 support area. Looking at the near-term, short-term setup on the higher side, 2600 is having major call writing activity. So if at all Reliance Industry manages to cross about 2600, then there would be a short covering action we can see in the stock, and then this rally can extend towards 2640, 2660 zone on the higher side. But looking at the near term, the range for the stock is 2500 to 2600. So either side breakout or breakdown will decide the major direction for the stock. But since last 3-4 weeks, there is a buying interest from the lower level, and stock is holding about to its long-term moving averages. So still for long-term view is on the bullish side, but for near-term, we are expecting some range-bound behavior. The interesting move can be witnessed only above 2600 level. So that level needs to be watched on the next week, whether we able to cross this level or not. So above 2600, yes, one can take a trading bet also for short-term momentum towards 2640, 2660.
All right, gentlemen, thanks a lot for your opinions and your views. But stay with us because we'll slip into a very short break and we'll be right back with more news and updates on the other side.